Hello, and welcome to our SI 622 final video project for My Dream Team. My Dream Team, or MDT, is a social networking platform being developed by the Sonic Research Group at Northwestern University. It seeks to help create ideal groups of people based on the characteristics and preferences of each member. The platform takes in user data through two stages: a survey stage and a teaming stage. In the survey stage, users fill out a questionnaire about themselves. In the teaming stage, users indicate the types of people they'd want to work with. They are then given a list of people who would be their best teammates. This list is generated by matching and ranking algorithms which are based on communication theories. The target audience for MDT right now is people within academia looking to form teams for either curricular or extracurricular purposes, like for coursework or for design challenges or hackathons. Throughout this project, we worked closely with Noshir Contractor, Anoop Savant, Xiang Li, Leslie DeChurch, and Diego Gomez-Zara. For some background on our team, we had Charles, Chetan, Deepak, Dominic, and Kai, and collectively we were known as Insert Group Name Here. We are all graduate students in the School of Information at the University of Michigan. Now we'll take a look at some of the methods we used. We started with an interaction map, followed by interviews, a survey, and then a comparative evaluation, a heuristic evaluation, and finally a series of usability tests. For our interaction map, we created a static representation of the MDT platform, taking screenshots of each page and connecting pages to create an actionable layout. This gave us a sense of the results of any possible action on the platform and allowed us to see how all the actions available on both the student and admin sides came together to form the platform's functionality. For our interviews, we identified 5 people who fit MDT's target population and met with them to learn how they currently form teams on their own, the factors they consider when selecting teammates, and how they assess the effectiveness of their own teams. This allowed us to personify MDT's target audience with a few fictitious characters, or personas, that represented some of the key dimensions, qualities, and behaviors of our interview participants, devising success case scenarios for how each would use MDT, or a platform like it, to their benefit. For our comparative evaluation, we identified 8 different tools and websites that offered team or group formation services similar to MDT. These included services like Match.com, the subreddit INAT, CatMe, DreamTeam.gg, and CollabFinder. We wanted to learn how these competitors' target audiences, interaction patterns, and functionality differed from that of MDT. So we created a comparative evaluation matrix, which allowed us to visualize the ways these competitors were similar to and different from MDT according to the key criteria we identified. We then conducted a survey with 2 specific target populations: students and instructors. From students, we wanted to learn what information they were comfortable or hesitant to share with others when forming a team. From faculty, instructors, and other team administrators, we wanted to learn about the criteria they took into account when forming students into teams. We launched test and pilot surveys to make sure our questions were really what we wanted to ask. And after making necessary changes for clarity's sake, we deployed our final survey and got 75 respondents. We then conducted individual heuristic evaluations of MDT, limiting our scope to the login procedure and the survey phase. We each analyzed MDT according to 10 heuristics described by Nielsen, adapting questions from the Heuristic Evaluation System checklist created by Denise Perotti to guide our evaluations. We also used Nielsen's severity ratings to quantify the severity of any issues uncovered as a result of each question. We then aggregated our findings to come to a common understanding of MDT's most severe usability problems as indicated by the severity ratings for each checklist question. Finally, we conducted 5 usability tests with recruited representative users of MDT. We wanted to learn whether users saw the process of answering questions about themselves and their network ties as too intrusive. We also wanted to learn what information displayed on an interface would influence a user's choice in teammate. So we began by creating a detailed usability study plan in which we defined our pre- and post-test questionnaires, test scenarios and tasks, data coding strategies, and other things. We then conducted our tests and synthesized and analyzed our findings. To explain our findings, we want to apply them to a persona named Michael Johnson, a fictional character that represents the behaviors and feelings of the average student user of MDT. Michael is a 21-year-old computer science engineering student who wants to be part of a skilled team and prefers working with new people. He's looking to find teammates for a senior app development class project. Two of the factors he considers when choosing teammates are social connection and trust. Which leads us to our first recommendation of moving social connection into a more prominent position in the teaming stage of the survey. As for our second recommendation, we found that Michael made some mistakes while using MDT, but was frustrated that there was a lack of consistent and clear feedback with regards to errors or system status. That is to say, he wasn't sure exactly what was going on in the system at this time. To make sure that others like Michael don't face this level of frustration, we recommend that MDT provide clearer cues when a user has moved forward to a new survey question or has caused or stumbled upon an error with steps for resolution. For our third recommendation, we found that Michael also felt a certain level of hesitation when being asked to answer personal or private questions such as, "Do you have frequent mood swings?" or "Do you seldom feel blue?" To overcome this, we recommend that MDT revise and reframe these questions or reconsider the need for such questions at all. While the insights we gained as a result of these methods certainly shed some light on usability issues with MDT as a platform, there are some limitations to our work. First, most of our interviewees and study participants were students or in some way associated with a university or academic setting. This means that the results could vary if these processes and tests were administered to a set of participants from a different industry. Second, we worked primarily with a development version of the product, which was different in some ways from the actual version currently out in production. However, from our preliminary research, we think we have valuable insights and recommendations for MDT. Going forward, MDT should consider implementing our suggestions and then conduct further research to improve the platform. This could include a practice rollout as part of a university course that requires students to work in groups to test its effectiveness, for example. Thank you for watching.